All right, welcome to SMC Simplified. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to analyze the market, and we are starting with market structure. All right, now this strategy I'm about to teach you on how to do your market structure is going to help you a great deal in making good decision in the market, because the better your analysis, the better your entry and your trade is going to be. Now, the first thing you have to do when you open your chart is to make sure that you put it on 4 hours time frame, because from 4 hour time frame we can see effectively the movement of the market with less noise. Okay, now this strategy works with any chart. All right, so the first thing, put it on what? 4 hours time frame. Then the second thing is, what are the visible high and lows that you see in the market, that the first time you open the chart your eyes catch those high and lows. All right, as we can see from this chart, let's start from here. This is a low, can you see that? Now my highs caught this high and this low the first time immediately I opened this chart. Okay, and this is another visible high and visible lows. Are there other highs and lows in the market? Yes, there are other highs and lows in the market, but these ones that I've marked are the first visible high and lows that jump at me when I opened the chart. And this is very, very important, because the market is dynamic, so we have to be malleable and dynamic with the market. Right, the strategy that makes money in the market are the strategies that are simple and comprehensive. Okay, so these are the visible high and lows that first caught my attention. Like I said, are there other high and lows? Yes, there are other high and lows. This is another high here. All right, and then we have another high here, we have another low here. Do you get that? Now that I have marked my high and low, okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to trace from the lower part to the up part. Can you see that? Down, up, down, right? Now this is very simple, okay, and it might looks like a child play to you, but the simpler you understand the strategy you are using, the more effective you are in your application of that strategy. All right, because the hardest thing is not what makes money in the market. So we continue, we push it to the upside, right, to connect to that high, to connect to this low, and to connect to this high. And what can you see? You can see that the market is moving in an uptrend. All right, even without marking this, you can know that the market, you can see that the market is moving in an uptrend. Now, what is the usefulness of what we just did? What we just did now, we help you to mark the original high and lows of the market, so that you are not in the wrong direction of the market when price break a particular level. Okay, so we are going to identify our high and lows now. I am, from what I just did. So I'm going to clear, some of the things that I have done. So now I'm going to come here, and then you can see here is my low. Okay, that is my low. All right, now this low, when price was pushing to the upside, right, there is another high on the left hand side. All right, if price is able to break the high on the left side, that means this low is a strong low. Because the problem that we have in trading is that you don't know the low or the high that is going to hold, that price is going to bounce from that price level. Okay, so how you can know is when that low or when that high has worked, when that high or when that low has done something. So that high or that low that you are marking, what has the high or what has the low done? Let me show you an example here. This is a high, okay? This is a high. Let me try to, you know, enlarge this a bit so that you can get the concept, what I'm trying to say. Okay? Look at this. Good. Look at this. This is a high. This is a high, right? Before market push to the upside, anyone would have identified this as a high. And for people that trade support and resistance, they would have tried to place a sell here to the downside, and price would have taken them out before moving to the downside. Why is it that this didn't hold? The reason why this high didn't hold is because this high has not done any work, right? There is not any reference. There is not any thing that we can connect this high to, because this high was unable to break this low. This is the last low, last strong low. You can see this low, right, broke this high. This high has not done any work. Just because it moved to this side, right, does not make it a strong high. It has to break a low for it to be confirmed as a high, and that is why price was able to push to the upside and take it out easily. You can see, very, very easy. Okay, took it out easily. All right, so that is what I'm trying to say to you. All right, that when you want to analyze the market, you should make sure that you use this method I'm teaching you. So this was taken out. Now immediately the low takes out this high. We call it break of structure. All right, we call it break of structure. Okay, that's a break of what? Of structure. So we call it break of structure. All right, and then this low again took out this high. Can you see that? Took out this high, so we call it break of structure. Now you can see that the market is breaking structure to the upside. That means the market is bullish. The price is pushing to the up direction. Okay, so this is a strong low, right? Why? Because this low had worked. What has the low done? The low are taking out this high. For example, let's say you have a business and you want to employ a marketer, and you have two people that you want to employ that are qualified. One has 10 years experience, the other one has no experience. Which one are you going to choose? You will most likely choose the one that has 10 years experience. All right, why? Because of the experience that the person has in the market. The person has done some things. There are things that the person has done. There are obstacles that the person has conquered. There are results that the person has gotten. So the person is more solid than someone who has not done those kind of thing before. Okay, so that is what this law is. That is what this law is, right? This law has an experience. You can see this is actually a lot of effort, trying to break this high here, push to the upside, resistance, push it down, push to the upside, bring it down, push again, to bring it down, push till when he was able to successfully break it. So this low is strong. So the people that push the market from this low to break this level, when next price is coming to this side, they are going to protect this low, saying that no, this is our property, this is our land. We are not going to let price break below this price point. So that is what makes this low powerful than any other low that you might see. Okay, now we have another one here, right? We have this. Can you see that we have this? We can also tag this as high and low, but our highs, or my highs, didn't catch this as I opened the market based on the first strategy that I used. Okay, you can see that this low broke this high that we have here. Okay, you can see that. Remember that your time frame should be on what? 4 hours time frame. And what happened now when it broke it to the upside, right? When price was coming back into it, you can see how price reacted, right? Because the people that push the price from this point to this point, right, they made sure that they protect this price level. Okay, to protect that price level, so that this price level, look at it, this price level, sorry, so to protect this price level, and as you can see, price bounced back from this level. Okay, that is what makes it strong. So if you are trading from this level, right, you are going to be right most of the time in the market. All right. And anytime it happens that price doesn't respect that level, that means that price has changed its direction from going up to coming to now going down. Okay, so that is that's the meaning of that. So here we have this low, right? You can see how the low really walked his way, really walked his way and broke this high, right? You can see it broke this high, and then we call it what? Our break of structure. Okay, now we have three types of break of structure. So I'm going to explain that in the next video that I'm going to show you. So this is what another break of structure that we have, right? So as you can see on my list here, we have M break of structure and capital M break of structure. So we have the minor break of structure and we have the what? Major break of structure, and each has the function that they perform. So in the part 2, which is the next video I'm going to be making, I'll be explaining that, right? So the more you understand about the market, the better your decision is going to be. Now here, look at this. Remember I told you that those who push the market from this level to break this high are going to protect this level so that price doesn't come below it, right? Now anytime price comes below it, below this level, okay, below any low or high that has done a major work, we now call it change of character, because from here price was pushing to the upside. You can see that our break of structure is higher. This, can you see, this is low, this is higher to this. You can see this is higher to this, so that means price is pushing up. Okay, now price will not go up forever and price will not come down forever. Okay, so at a point price is going to come down. Now when price come down to a level where the previous low, in this our own case, the previous low was broken down, that means we now know that price is no longer going bullish, is now going bearish. So we'll not be looking for buys, we'll be looking for sell. This is why loss is inevitable in the market. So that means that if you follow this strategy I'm teaching you, anytime you have a loss, let's say you are trying to buy here, okay, and then you have a loss, that loss will have meaning. You will know the reason why you have a loss. You understand that now I should not look for a buy, I should start looking for what? A sell. Now I'm not saying that you should begin to directly buy from any time price get to your low. You understand? I'm going to teach you the strategy that will help you to maximize all of this movement. Okay, so now we have this. This is what our change of character. Now why do we call it change of character? The character of the market from the origin here is what? Is bullish. From the origin here is bullish. You understand? The character of the market is bullish. Now the character of the market here is what? Bearish. There are some people that they don't know when market has turned bullish and they don't know when market has turned bearish. But for you that is attending this class, you will be able to tell when market has turned bearish and when market has turned bullish. So in this case, as an SMC trader, you will know that this market has now turned bearish. Okay, because your last low was taken out by the market. You can see that price closed below it. Price closed below it. All right, so this is the first thing that you need to properly mark your market structure, or to get your market structure right. Of course, this is not the end of market structure. This is the part 1, right? Possibly we might have up to 3 videos on this alone, right? And what this is going to do to you is going to help you to be very effective in how you analyze your market. So let's do the last one. In the next 5 minutes we should be done. Let's try GBP USD. Okay, so let's look at GBP USD. Now let's do the same thing. Let's start from Let's start from here. What are the visible high and lows that you can see? The visible high and lows that we can see, this, right? Just mark this. Can you see that? And then this. Do you get that? Just mark. Okay. Now, if you look at this, you will see that it looks like this has no direction. All right. It looks like it has no direction. Okay. But if you look at it effectively, you will see that if we delete this, right, you will see that this low, based on what I taught you, the reason why I deleted this is because this is not a strong low, as I explained to you earlier, because this low didn't take out a high. This is the low that took out this high. You understand? So this is going to be our what? Break of structure. So that means at this point, price is pushing to the upside. Okay. So this is not going to be our what? High. Can you see that now? That this is how to apply what I just explained. So this is not going to be your low. This is not going to be your high, because there is not any work done by this low. You understand? So now this low broke this high. You understand? When it broke this high, we now have a swing low, or our protected low here, which is this low. We have it here. Okay? So that means that what this is saying to us is, since this is our protected low, right? If price closes below this line, that means price has now shifted from bullish to bearish. Okay? So now what happens? As you see, price coming to it. Remember what I told you, that the people, okay, that caused the market to move from this level to break this low or this high that we have here, they are definitely going to protect their position. So this is going to be like their own property that they have. Maybe their house, you have a house, you have a land, and somebody is trying to come to claim it. You are going to fight. You are going to, protect. You understand? So this is what happened here exactly. So there was a strong attack on this low, right? But these people that pushed this price up protected it effectively. They did it calmly. Why? Because I can see that it's just a little bullish candle. It was not a volatile or long bullish candle. So they took it gently and then they pushed it to the upside, but they were not strong enough, right, to take out the people that caused it to come down here. So the people were still strong enough to push the market to the downside. So immediately this happens, that these people lose their price level. Immediately we lose this price level. When do we know that we lost it? When price closes below it. You can see this candle close below it. That means price is now what? Bearish. So we now have another what? Change of character. So whatever you want to do here should be a sell. All right, that is on GBP USD, should be what? A sell. Do you understand that? Now, which high broke this low that we have here? This is the high. Okay, this is the swing high that broke this low that we have here, and the origin is from top here. Okay, this is where it started from. This is where the initiation started from. All right, and then when price got here, it pushed to the upside. Then the sellers regained their strength from this level and then drove it back into where they want it to be. Okay, so this is market structure. You can see that I have not explained entry model for you, right? The things to look out for when you want to go into a trade. But with what I've explained to you now, if you can practice it by yourself and you are able to effectively mark your high and low, right, and after you have marked your visible high and low, you now refine it just like I did here. You can see that I deleted this and I deleted this. Why? Because they didn't do any work. You understand? There was no any work done. This was the low that remains because this low did work. It broke this high, then this one too remains, broke this low. You understand? And then this high broke this low. Okay, so very, very simple. So when you do that, it's going to help you. So now, what are we going to do now? The next thing that you should do is to also mark this place. Okay, to also mark it. It will give you an hint to let you know that if price, let's say this price, just like we have a change of character after this break of structure, if price push to the upside and break above this, that means price has now regained its trend to push to the upside. So as you trade or as you analyze, make sure that you always have a line at your recent price level, maybe your high or your low, okay, so that you don't forget to see when price has changed direction from selling to buying or from buying to selling. All right, so this is the part one, and then we are going to continue on market structure. That is where I will explain to you the types of market structure that we have. It's possible that some of you might have question is, okay, why didn't I mark this high? Why didn't I mark that high? You understand? I'm going to show you the types of market structure that we have, their characteristics, how to apply them, and how to trade with them. Okay, so thank you once again for watching this video. This is SMC Simplified. I would like you to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. God bless.